Uy, may bago kaming merch para sa mga mahilig mag-drawing. We're bringing back Baybayin na isa sa mga OG ng ancient scripts. In collaboration with Lloyd Zapanta, isa sa mga baybayin gods at type artists dito sa Pinas. Pagsuot mo to, parang nagiging kapartner mo na ang kasaysayan. Make your ancestors proud. I-represent ang atin pero make it aesthetic. Makabayan pero drip. Meron itong 2 colorways, black and white shirt. Available na ito sa Shopee para kaya mo na bumili at the palm of your hands. Dahil dito sa Di Na To Drawing, ang drawing lang ay para sa papel, hindi sa plano. Adudu karte! Hi, I'm Alan and welcome to Di Na To Drawing Podcast episode 68. And today, sobrang refreshing yung magiging topic natin for today kasi nakamiss din, no? Kasi yung last episodes natin is more on experiences, travel, and now, ito naman, na-miss ko to yung may guest talagang artist. Tapos pag-uusapan namin yung journey niya, yung influences niya. Kaya natutuwa ako ngayon na ito ulit yung mangyayari dito sa Di Na To Drawing. Nakakamiss din. So yung last natin ata is sa Balay Kasamtangan, yung mga taga Bukidnon. Sila yung last natin na interview mga artist din and builders na socio-economic yung ginagawa. So ngayon, for today's guest, sobrang ang tagal namin drawing to, grabe. Lagi kami nakikita sa show, sa exhibits, pero hindi natutuloy yung parang scheduling namin sa podcast. Ngayon lang talaga naglumuwag. And for today, sobrang solid yung magiging guest natin. She is a multidisciplinary artist na tinatransform niya yung everyday materials to thought-provoking collages. Parang mixed media yung ginagawa niya and makikita niyo yung gawa niya. Gumagamit siya ng old makeups, tapos binibigyan niya ng new twist. And nagkakaroon din ng parang cultural value yung mga gawa niya. And tatanungin natin kung paano niya ginagawa yon. She was featured in Tatler, Art Fair Philippines, and in the Coins PH headquarters. And marami siyang nasalihan ng exhibits all throughout her career. And masasabi ko talaga, isa din siya sa mga OGs na nakilala namin sa Web3 scene. So without further ado, please all welcome Sheila Ledesma. Ayun.
Hello, Alan. Thank you for having me sa Di Na To Drawing. It's such a treat to be here. Grabe yung intro mo. Bago-bago yan, pero ang saya na madami ring na-experience sa Web3.
Tas parang first kong nakita yung gawa ni Sheila is on Tezos Filipinos na group of puro women artist yun . Sabi ko, sino to? Ang ganda nung gawa. Kasi wala akong kilala na parang kilala ko lang doon yung mga nag-spoken word. Pero yung si Salawaki, yung sayo, hindi ko alam yung gawa. Nagulat akong gagaling pala, meron pala tayong ganito artist. Sobrang on point yung branding. Anong ulit yun? Anong collective yun?
I think yung collection na yun parang like Women's Day collection. Tapos yung ginawa ko doon, sinabit ko like one of my old collage works din. Para Luman, yun yung pangalan.
Para Luman.
So yun yung curate. So, different women artists dun sa Web3 space. Kakatuwa din yun. Kasi nga, yung mga simpleng invitation na gano'n na mag-join sa online exhibit, na market din, at saka napupush mo din i-share yung mga work. Like, yung work na yun, medyo matagal-tagal ko na yun nagawa. Pero the fact na, parang bagay ito na i-share. Yun yung maganda doon.
Kada guest kasi dito sa mga artist, talaga ini-stalk ko sila. Yung mga IG feed, yung mga, yung mga later, yung mga old posts. Nakita ko yung gawa mo parang way back 2016 pa yung
Oo.
Collage. Grabe, sabi ko, grabe.
Kaya dun kasi nung una, yung series na yan, nag-start yan sa 100-day project. Parang serial 100-day project. Talagang hobbyist naman talaga. So in terms of career-wise sa art, it's super fresh. Like talagang the advent of COVID, doon na siya nag-start na professionalize in a sense na sinishare na talaga publicly yung work. Pero before that, it was really like a hobby. I had a day job. And then kung kailan feel gumawa or I really like try to carve out time trying to do creative projects. So yun yung na-practice ko ever since was yung 100 days. So at least miski every year for 100 days, I can think of something that I can focus on. So not necessarily like every day, but at least like I get to express myself or express my creativity. Kasi parang it just felt very important to me. It was valuable that I would carve out time. So, hindi pa siya like art. Parang creative exercise. Like, ano kaya ang gagawin ko kapag ito yung pwede kong gawin? Yung like, if I put two different things together, yung use my left hand, yung mga ganun lang siya. May mga ganun ako. Pero hindi ko kasi siya natatapos. Pero, basically, since nag-start ako sa social media, yun yung mga parang creative exercises na ginagawa ko na nasi-share. Ngayon, parang really hiding behind the art. So 2016. So yun yung isa sa mga parang and natuwa ko kasi akala ko hindi siya maglalas dahil makeup Diba? Parang makeup siya tapos hindi naman siya framed, pero yun, and then yung paper was quality enough. So, doon ko na-realize na, okay, pwede to i-package. Pwede na siya ibenta. May confidence na ako kasi nag-last for that long. Hindi lang siya yung scribble. Parang, na-preserve siya for this long. And it was like a moment in time of my life wherein, ito yung work na ginagawa ko. Which nag-carry on because may excess pa rin ako ng makeup. So, gusto ko pa rin siyang ginagamit.
Ever since ba, parang parang yun na yung pinaka-start mo na gumawa ng art na collages na? Or nag-start ka somewhere, kunwari, nagdodraw ka muna or parang talagang yun na, collages na ba? Dati?
Nag-start ako mag-sketch, ganyan. Pero I think it's good to my background talaga is in multimedia. So, nag-graduate ako ng multimedia arts. And then, kami yung parang second batch sa Bedild. Sobrang yung the dinosaur. Yung hindi pa siya sa SDA building, yung hindi pa. So, talagang
wala pa nga.
Parang yun yung binoboast nung school na, hey, we have all these programs and then talagang cusp of change kasi year 2000, yung Y2K. Yun. So kami yung parang, I guess, like, guinea pigs nung na yun nung program.
Course na yun.
Course na yun. Oo, kasi film photography pa nun, tapos flash. yung tinuturo pa sa inyo nun, yung software. It's not necessarily the well, we had some basic, like, fine art stuff then. History, and then, but talagang sabak yun, multimedia talaga. So from 3D design to photography to animation to graphic arts, we really had to try all the software. So dun, hindi ka jack of all trades, master of none. Pero dun ko na-experience na, wow, ang daming klaseng tools.
Ang dami pala, di ba?
Ang dami pala. And then it was really like, wala pang internet noon. Parang magsa-start pa lang. Hindi, meron ng internet, but what's sa atin? Magsa-start pa lang siya.
Hindi pa siya reliable. Parang ganun.
Hindi pa siya, or hindi yung makaka-share ka lang kaagad ng art. Hindi, parang, kasi naalala ko pa yun na manual. Semi-manual, but it was early technology. So, So yun talaga yung background ko. Though we had some drawing stuff, it wasn't like my favorite. But we had to do it. So we would still do mga storyboards, we'd still do character design. So those are the things that I really enjoyed. But yun, after nun, instead of going, it's either, parang after graduating, nag-fork yung path ko. It's either mag-advertising or mag-education. Ang tinutukan kong path was yung education. So, nagturo ako ng preschool. Tapos, yun yung day job ko. Tapos, nung sa hapon, I hang out with 2 of my friends and then we tried to start a design studio. So, yun. So, we were doing mga annual reports, mga gano'n. Hanggang eventually, nagkanya-kanya na rin kami. Tapos yun. So, that's what kind of prompted me into like, not really following the creative path, but following my creativity in the education field. So yun yung education, and then eventually like I just followed my curiosity. But my basic skill that I would offer was graphic design. So yun yung I think yung if you ask me na ano talaga yung background ko, it would be graphic design. Kasi yun yung, Sheila, gawa ka ng poster. Okay, sige, gawa ko ng poster. or yung gagawa kami ng mga learning, parang designing learning activities for the kids. Hanggang nung hindi na ako nagtuturo, yung interest ko nag-move into development. So, I worked for a non-profit organization, and then we would work on education and livelihood projects in Mindanao. Wow. So yung work ko naman doon, parang kaya exciting, di ba? So yung work ko naman doon was to also like do their branding, kasi secretariat yung NGO namin. So we had to collect yung stories ng mga tao doon, yung mga ganun, annual report. So, mga social media, yung mga stuff for the website. Yan yung mga, and then we had to work with another group for the website. Yung ganun pa yung ano niya. But I think that kind of sets the tone of like my creative journey na preschool teacher, then got curious, and then maybe the world is so much bigger, and then parang I want to use this kind of creativity also for something useful. I didn't see myself as an artist, really. I didn't. Parang I knew that there were so many people na who can really spend like 10 hours like drawing, di ba? Parang for me, it's like I have to respect that craft. You're an artist talaga, grabe. But at the same time, I think having to experience all of that ignited my passion for the arts din na, hey, there's something unique that I can say. Parang maybe I'm not a drawer, maybe I'm not like an artist in a traditional sense, or maybe not an artist in a big A kind of way, big artist, Maybe I'm a small A kind of artist, like artist, So kaya ko siya tinuloy in that way na okay, sige.
Sa mga kung hindi nyo natatanong, meron kaming episode with Sheila. Nag-live pod kami sa Asbury, Makati nung last year. So may episode doon, episode 52. Yung lokohan pa nga namin ni Maliksi nun kasi di ba sabi mo nga parang second batch kayo nung sa Benin. Tinatanong ko may Photoshop na ba, gano'n. Kasi lahat ng kasama mo, di ba, puro bata yung
Oo. Super, parang yun, Photoshop, maagang Photoshop pa yun.
CS.
Flash pa siya.
Oo, parang CS2 ba yun? CS4. CS4 na ata naabot ako CS4 ba?
Saka dial up.
Dial up pa.
Guys, super talagang
connect mo ba sa telephone yun
Tapos, so can you imagine parang now na dati pag gagawa kami ng logo, ang daming steps. Tapos ngayon, ilagay mo lang kung super bilis na or like even the programs have evolved. So it was quite an interesting parang interesting journey din okay, medyo sobrang cliche ng journey, but I guess that background of having to be at a certain time in history and then choosing also that kind of experience nga. Parang okay, that molded me nga.
Totoo. Tapos na curious ako, parang yung gawa mo kasi very distinct, and alam ko gawa ni Sheila agad Parang pag tinitignan ko yung mga gawa mo, parang kahit wala yung pirma mo or kahit wala yung tawag dito, hindi ka pa pinapakilala. Parang alam ko si ano to eh. Siya yung gumawa nito eh. Very distinct. Sino yung mga parang nag-influence mo dun sa collage art? Kasi, parang may dating na sa akin agad siya. Very, on point yung branding. Kung matatanong mo, pwede rin siya professional. Very professional yung dating niya. Tapos parang very balanced yung elements. Kung titignan nyo. Yun, sino ba yung mga nag-influence mo dun?
Wow. Thank you. Sobrang natutuwa ako pag nakarinig ako ng feedback. Kasi shy ako sa feedback. Although I see it. Pero when I hear it, I'm like, oh, wow, thank you. I appreciate those comments. Kasi parang when you're into your own thing, you just make it. I can't say if it's good or bad. I just have to make it. So, I have to be free from influence na, this is the truth. This is the truth. This is the truth. My truth today, and that's okay. So whether it's good or bad, that's what I had to wrestle with. Kasi nga, I did have my influences. I would look up to like certain artists, whether foreign or local, but I would really get into their work. I had faces then parang meron akong surrealist face. which is always super something that I go back to kasi nga it has that dreamlike quality and then yung subconscious. So I really like psychology. So parang I've enjoyed it. So Salvador Dali was always a favorite. Si Magritte was always a favorite. And then there are also like art that inspires you spiritually. So meron din ako mga ganyan. So I like Kandinsky, or one of my favorites din na parang lagi ko siyang binabalikan. Hieronymus Bosch. Tapos yung Garden of Earthly Delights.
Yung sobrang dami.
Sobrang dami. Yung maliliit
elements. Oo.
Yun yung I think early na nung napanood ko yung isang documentary about that artwork. Talagang, wow, art is more than a pretty picture. Parang napaganon talaga ako na, wait, paano niya naisip to? Ang galing nito. Kasi nga, parang they really had to study it. Parang you talked about the human psyche or like how each panel represents like heaven, purgatory, and yung mga ganyan. And then how they would zero in on the colors. Ito pastel, and then how it would get murky. So, ever since I saw that piece, siguro mga early 2000, and then I watched that documentary, I would always go back to it in reference na, I wonder if I'm in like the first stage, the second stage, or the third panel, parang like, because it all talks about, parang your mindset, or like, I don't know, parang it was just, that's how moving it was. Wow, parang art has that power to make you see the different sides of how you think, or of how you feel, or how things work in the world. So yun yung sabi. Okay.
Remember ko, nakita ko siya bata pa ako, parang high school or elementary. Tapos first time ko nakakita ng ganong art na sobrang halo-halo yung elements. Ang lilit ng tao. Tapos ang weird din kumbaga, hindi naman, bata ako, hindi ko alam yung parang ang weird nung structure, ang weird nung pagkakakomposition ng ng elements. Sabi ko, ayos to parang kakaiba siya. First time ko talaga na appreciate yung art nun. Tapos sakto yun Yun yung mga nabibili sa book sale kasi. Yung mga book of art. Yung mga coffee table books.
Nakakuha ka? Ang swerte.
Dati pa nung uso pa kasi yun sa book sale. Pagdating mo dati sa book sale. Yun yung gusto ko doon. Naka-arrange na siya. Curated yung yung shelves. Dati kasi ganun. Ngayon hindi na Parang pagpupunta ko doon, talagang dig yung gagawin mo Hindi tulad dati na naka-curate yung yung...
At saka yun yung mga unang nawawala yung mga coffee table books sa book sale, you're like, nakasulit. Ang galing kasi good quality pa, tapos some books pa na from before, you're like, galing.
Hardbound, tapos nabibili ko siya 40 pesos, 50 pesos. Di ba ganun kamura?
Naabutan mo pa yun,
Oo, agad. Dalawa ko sa ano eh. Siyempre, pag estudyante, wala ka naman pera pang bili ng... Yung 100 nga, namamahalan na ako eh. Parang dati ganun eh. So, yun. Blessing talaga ang book sale sa akin nung ano. Nag-start ako sa journey na discovering and exploring nga. Yung sa art or what. Kahit comic books doon ako bumibili. Ang mura din. Ganun siya.
Nag-try nga akong bumili ng magazines doon ngayon. Hindi na sila nagbebenta ng magazine.
Bihira na.
As in, bihira na. Parang nung nag-try ako, sabi niya, wala na kami noon. Tapos sabi ko, no, wala na to. Yung material. Pero, you're like, wow, parang hindi na rin siya as kadami as like before. Na, di ba, magkakalungkat ka lang doon.
Totoo. May ano ka talaga eh. Kada punta ko doon, may nabibili talaga ako. Ngayon parang kaya ko lumabas nang wala ko nabibili. Oo, may ganun na. May ganung effect na. Kasi alam ko nagsara na yung halos maraming branches ng book sale.
Okay.
So nakakalungkot din.
Or parang baka wala na talagang nagpo-produce din ng mga libro.
Wala na nagbabasa masyado.
Wala na rin nagbabasa.
Kaya ganito tayo.
It truly is a different world.
Totoo. Tapos nakita ko dito, yung 100 Days of Being Filipino, yung parang collection mo. Na-curious lang ako. Para kasi sa Manam, nung kumain ako. Parang katulad. Sabi ko, si Sheila ba to?
Hindi.
Sabi ko,
I wish.
Parang shit, pareha sila nung art style. Parang feeling ko baka siya, tatanungin ko nga.
Oh my gosh, I wish. Naisip ko din yun, parang kakakain ko din lang sa Manam recently. Parang bagay yung mga pieces ko dito.
Totoo, di ba?
Napangan ko lang yung sarili mo, parang kaya mo to, Sheila. Mag-propose ka kaya? Parang yun lang yung mga naisip ko. Tapos sabi ko, baka kaya naman kasi pwede man magbago-bago ang mga mag-ibang restaurant. But anyway, yeah, parang hindi. Although I did see the similarities and then din ako na-challenge na maganda rin talaga na yung makahana. Kasi nga, parang to have a distinct voice. Because I saw that myself na parang medyo similar siya dun sa project na ginawa ko. Tapos dun ko na, okay, possible for commercial work, but I guess for parang in terms of like artist, it needs a more distinct style. Parang kailangan meron siyang mas unique element about myself. Kasi nga, yun nga, parang nami-mistake siya as, siya ba gumawa na ito?
Tapos ikaw pala nag-i-inspo, no?
Sadly, hindi. And I'm sure the artist is super.
Totoo.
Meron din siyang sariling style and good on its own. But yeah.
Doon ko na-appreciate. Nakikita ko to kay Sir AJ Di Marukot eh. Yung pagpupunta siya sa restaurant, nasingit eh. No? Yung tinitignan yung branding, yung menu, yung aesthetics nung restaurants. Tuwa ako doon eh. Gusto kong content niya. Ang galing.
Ang galing nga ng mga content niya recently, yung mga day in the life, father, designer, husband, mga multifaceted. Pero ang galing, nakakatuwa.
Kaya nag-geek out ako doon eh, lalo yung pag maganda yung branding nung restaurant. Ang galing, sabi ko, well thought of yung creative direction. Tuwang-tuwa ako doon eh. Parang, wala lang, parang tuwa ako sa mga ganun nagpuput ng effort sa products nila, sa branding nila. Kaya, wala lang, naano lang ako dun.
Ikaw ba ay tinutopak?
Tug-tupak.
O nagtatantrums? Tara, at pag-usapan natin ng inis,
Hate,
senti,
trauma.
At baka kahit papano, kami ay makatulong sa'yo.
Kung ikaw ay may topak o tantrums or both, welcome ka! Join us! I'm Kian.
And I'm Geraldine.
As we talk about topics that will surely give you topak and tantrums. Lagi niyong tatandaan, topak is human, to forgive is divine.
That said,
Tantrums responsibly.
Listen and follow us on Spotify. Bye!
Ang galing nung tama yung sinabi mo na well thought of. Na importante yun, no? Parang as a viewer, as a na napag-isipan na you put time and effort. Like, nung nag-order ako sa'yo ng t-shirt, sobrang natuwa ako kasi sobrang well thought of lahat.
Salamat.
Parang natuwa ako na meron din mga extra, yung mga postcards, yung stickers, lahat. Sabi ko, galing. Well thought of.
Salamat din sa pag-order.
Speaking of branding.
Oo, grabe. Parang iniisip ko nga paano yung sa atin na it could work talaga yung parang hand in hand Pwede kang mayroon kang sariling distinct style, yet pero pwede ka ring for commercial purposes talaga. Na yun yung maganda as pag nagiging sa artist, 'di ba? Parang doon tayo tumatawid na pwedeng mag-exist yung both worlds na Yun yung mga healing natin din.
Diba? At least for us, no? Maybe for us. Parang,
sa bagay.
May mga iba din na gusto nila hiwalay. Like, parang, gets. That's the last thing that they think of, like, their branding. Gets. For them, it's yung natural expression, tas yun na. Tapos, branding is what other people tell you, say about you. Or parang, that they really don't think about it. Natutuwa din ako sa konsepto na yun, actually, paano akong kilala ka lang dahil ikaw ka. Alam mo yun, yung hindi mo na pinapackage yung sarili mo, hindi mo na kailangan pang sabihin na ikaw to loudly. Yung parang meron din akong fascination din doon. Kasi I think us in creative field, we're so used to it na parang, kailangan maganda, kailangan presentable, kailangan naiintindihan, which is true. All of that is true. Because when you do present your work and you do present yourself, it is communicating something. And that's why we appreciate well thought of and well executed work. So, yun yung Pero naglalaban din yun. Kasi
naglalaban talaga, oo.
Especially with art. Kasi nga, kaya ako natutuwa kasi feeling mo may branding siya, may ganyan. Meron, pero at the same time, in the beginning, na siya wala naman talaga siyang intention na, kailangan pa rin.
Oo, di ba? Totoo.
Kasi parang, ang nangyayari lang is that natural na naging pare-pareho kasi yun lang yung mga materials na meron ako. So, yun talaga yung, parang naturally, it will come to that na, most likely ganyan yung mga kulay kasi ito yung makeup niya.
Di ba?
Parang, or yun yung binibigay na regalo. I don't know, gano'n.
Tsaka, what I like yung sa artist talaga is yung kaya sobrang love ko yung mga artist is yung authenticity nila na pag gumawa sila ng art, parang wala silang balak i-prove sa tao or kahit sino yung gustong tumingin sa gawa nila. Parang, kaya gumagawa ng art is to have freedom. Tapos parang maging malaya ka talaga sa expression mo. And I think yun yung parang pinaka-root kung bakit tayo gumagawa ng art, diba? Parang gumagawa tayo to express something na hindi naman lahat kayang yun, parang same yung yung interpretation. Pero yun yung gusto kong element ng art na talagang authentic siya. Hindi nila masasabing hindi ikaw yung gumawa kasi ikaw yung mismo lang talagang gumawa. Na lang, galing.
Totoo yan. But it takes a lot of I remember din starting, parang wala ka rin kumpiyansa sa sarili.
Totoo.
Parang iniisip mo rin talaga na yung sasabihin ng ibang tao. Like, I can say this now, but sometimes I also feel like, oh my God, they're gonna super hate this,
Totoo.
They're gonna laugh at this, And the more I think about those things, parang sabi ko, nga, baka kailangan kong i-accept na rin yun. Yung with that kind of humility, hindi rin lang siya yung, I don't care, I'm just gonna do whatever I want because I want to express it. But at the same time, meron din yung, they can also hate it. They can also not like it. That is part of freedom. That's part of freedom of expression. They will also not like it. So parang nung nare-realize ko na rin yun, you're like, mas nagiging at peace na ako with what I'm working on. Kasi nga, alam ko rin yung limitations ko. And alam ko rin kung pwede pa siyang i-push, So, in terms of authenticity and in terms of skill. Kasi nga, not to parang super, with all respect to artists who really like spend 20 hours, I don't know about work-life balance, but the dedicated work, I think that can't be measured kasi nga, creativity and your art practice, we all have different pace. Iba-iba rin yung pace natin, iba-iba din. Pero I think yung pinaka-importante is that ina-apply mo yung sarili mo at saka nag-grow ka as an artist. So, at nag-grow ka rin in your practice. So, whether may day job ka, full-time ka, mix, diba?
Ano to parang nasabi mo ngayon sa pagiging authentic and yung parang distinct identity is, sa Sheila, pag nakikita ko yung gawa niya, parang gumamit siya ng mga unconventional materials like old makeup, na meron siyang collection na figments and figures. Tapos saan nag-start yun? Yung parang meron kang, gamitin ko nga makeup. Kasi usually, iba-iba yung material sa mixed media, di ba? Merong paint, merong ganito, may collages ng cutouts, mga ganun. Saan mo naisip yun, yung old makeup? Dahil ba marami kang na-stock na nun sa bahay, ganun?
Well, merong process reason, tas meron din yung personal reason. Yung process reason, tail end na siya ng isang project called 100 Days of Juxtaposition ata. And parang yung idea nun is you get two opposing words and then you make something out of it. So, kunwari, hot and cold. Tapos gagawa ka ng collage na gano'n. And I think yun yung tail end na nung project na in terms of materials na yung na-explore or ano. So, parang tail end na yun mga 80 na yun, 90, mga ganyan. So, I guess yung confidence ko of trying out different materials na hindi paper or like found objects, doon nag-start yun. Ngayon, yung personal reason is that yung mother-in-law ko kasi mahilig sa makeup. So, hindi ako mahilig sa makeup. Parang tama lang. Yung hindi, it's not something that I do every day. So, pag nabibigyan ako noon, nung excess niya, hindi ko rin siya nagagamit. At the same time, naisip ko din, kailangan ko ba ito lahat? Parang yun yung yun. Kaya, since nasasayangan din ako, tinry ko lang siya. So, dun na nag-start. So, sabi ko, ang galing. Parang ito pala yung ibig sabihin nung meron kang relationship dun sa material. Yung gusto mo siyang gamitin kasi meron siyang rason kung bakit mo siyang gamitin. So, yung sa akin, it was that. And it was like a perfect material and symbol for like, thinking about beauty, thinking about like womanhood, thinking about our relationships with ourselves, our mothers, what's beautiful. So, ang daming layers na.
Totoo.
So, I think as a collage artist, parang na-appreciate ko yung layers of thought naman of just using a simple material that's there. So, I think yun yung punot dulo talaga. So, something from personal and something that was really, I had an excess of. So, I had an excess of emotions and I had an excess of makeup. And it was something that you could work on, diba? And I think kaya siya continuing series kasi nga, it's always something that I'm working on, but me getting older now, middle age, yun, parang young mom pa ako noon. Ngayon, middle age na, and then now it feels like it's a brand. Now you're telling me na, parang it's a brand already. I'm like, I never thought of it that way. But yeah, I guess it was significantly something that I thought that was personal and at the same time unique to my practice and to my experience.
Nakita ko rin yung parang yung scribble ng words mo. Kakaiba siya eh. Parang paano mo siya iniisip? Kumbaga, para siya may flow eh. Tapos, iniisip ko dito para yung artist lang yung makakaintindi or para yung ibang tao lang din makakante sa'yo. Parang minsan, ang saya niya tignan. Ganon siya. Meron nga yung baybayin, nakita ko eh. Nakita ko yung baybayin din eh. Meron din baybayin. So, paano mo kinocompose yun? Yung sa words or yung texts ba?
Yung text depende. So it's either listening to music or just random thoughts. Normally talaga, it's really like there's just so much going on in my mind, or there's just so many things that I feel na I'm not sure what they are, that I have to just let it out. So hindi siya planned, hindi siya it's really more, I guess, intuitive in that way. So the scribbles, that's why maybe there's a flow to it, is because they're intuitive. Hindi siya yung may grid ako, or alam ko na yung sasabihin ko. It's really like whatever word, and then my hand captures it. So yun yung And
pero ang ganda nun. May parang sarili kang penmanship na nakikita ko dun sa strokes ba.
Oh, thank you. So, like, half-made strokes. Yun. So, and then isa rin yun, parang I really like. Siguro, background na rin as a graphic artist din na parang looking at fonts, looking at parang you see that there's a unique characteristic to a letter or a word. Pero I guess a funny thing kung bakit calligraphy pen at saka ink yung ginamit ko doon was because I also remember na I went to a naalala mo ba nung nauso yung calligraphy classes? Tas
lahat gumagawa na.
Tapos diba, dami na mga words, ganyan. So, in-invite ako ng friend ko, tapos sali kami. Tapos nakakatawa kasi parang sobrang organized nila, yung calligraphy, yung talagang may flowers, maayos lahat, super ayos. Tapos ako, ang kalat-kalat ko, parang nasispill ko yung ink, yung gano'n. And then yung ending kasi noon was that we had to like make something out of, parang we have to post something, tapos words yung kailangan mong gawin. Tapos yun, yung nangyari sa akin nun, awan ko kung nasa akin pa, I have to look for it, but out of yung mali ko na word, kunwari, basta na-spill yung ink, gumawa ko ng words, tapos gumawa ko ng face out of. So, parang siyang naging calligraphies. Tapos doon ako natawa kasi parang calligraphies.
Gumawa ka ng bagong word.
Or at saka yung lahat ng tao parang quotes yung ginagawa, tapos yung sa akin face. So parang natuwa ako na, okay, even if ako yung pinaka-messy doon, unique naman yung output ko. So doon ako, I think kaya ako, sige, I really like, I like using it because it's messy, it's
spontaneous.
It's formal, it's spontaneous. There's so many things that you can't control also. It's not really penmanship, but it's that rhythmic and that spirited like way of writing or like of expressing.
So yun, ang ganda nung usapan natin, pero feeling ko pwede pa natin pag-usapan to next sa mga physical exhibits. Lagi kami nakikita ni Sheila pagka sa exhibits, lagi kami nakikita. So may mga may mga future projects ka pa ba na nakahanda, or talagang parang may exhibit ka ba this year? Yan, may mga pinag-iisipan ka bang exhibitions ngayon? So pwede mo siya i-share ngayon.
Well, sana tuloy pa din yung pagiging part ko ng Crypto Art PH. Malaki talaga yung tulong ng group sa pagpatuloy ng art practice ko in a way na yun nga, nag-show, yung ina-invite mag-show. So, yun yung inaano namin na sana tuloy pa din yung mga exhibits. Now, every year, lagi kong iniisip na, okay, ito na talaga yung year na mamamount ko yung solo show. You know, yung kasi mo i-produce, kailangan mong gawin. Ang dami, oo. So, sana ito na talaga, hindi sana. This year, sana may solution. Sana.
Feeling ko naman, kaya yan. And parang nakita ko nga, lalo ngayon, parang, ang ganda ng exposure natin sa art Parang, lagi tayo na showcase din. And, what makes it more beautiful din is parang nagkakaroon ka ng sarili na talagang sariling distinct identity na talagang nakaabang din kami sa mga gagawin mong next. Kaya yun yung iniisip. Then yun nga yung Crypto Art PHS magta-transition na to Talier, and mostly talagang maganda na yung mangyayari next year. This year. And we're hoping talagang nakaabang kami sa gawa mo. And malay natin, 'di ba, sa next sa restaurant nandun na yung gawa mo ulit.
Sana Lord. Thank you,
Grabe.
Lord. Game. I will accept.
Oh, di ba?
Pero yun talaga, like, just to professionalize yung art practice, I think tuloy pa din yun. Yun yung exciting.
Mm-mm. And anything to say din sa mga nagko-collage and mixed media? Kasi, ang dami din marami rin ako naka-line up na mixed media and paano mo siya ini-interpret? Para yun din tatanong ko sa kanila pag sila yung nag-guest ko. Kasi iba-iba din yung style nila. So, sa'yo ba, paano mo siya in-interpret before we end yung podcast?
What do you mean? Paano ko na-interpret yung style ko or yung
kumbaga yung process of mixed media, ano ba siya sa'yo? Parang, paano mo siya ginagawa? Parang medium or style na
Ako, exploration of material. Yun yung and then reflection. I think, yun yung pinaka natutuwa. Kasi dahil digital at saka digital kasi yung background, di ba? Like graphic arts. Parang, sige, poster, digital poster, lahat ganun. Parang, nakakatuwa talaga gumawa ng mixed media collage or ng collage because you get to experiment with different materials and you get to also, parang you don't have to limit yourself with certain things. Parang exciting. Although, yun din yung challenge na because there's so much of everything, how do you choose, right? Like, how do you choose what is really valuable for you or what lends it a unique voice for you. So, and that can resonate with other people. So, I think yun yung parang the uniqueness of the material that you choose and parang exercising your power of curiosity and exercising your power of choice. Kasi yun yung parang, wow, out of all of that, ito yung gusto ko. Parang yun yung, that's why, instead of someone that's just like, oh, sige, everything, you know, parang there's some sort of like, I guess, like engagement in that thought na I can simplify, I can choose.
Ang ganda ng power of choice and power of curiosity. Ang ganda nun. Pwede siyang sa postcard or ganda nun.
Calligraphy.
Calligraphy. Tapos may biglang, may face ulit. Pero yun, salamat Sheila sa pag-guest dito sa Di Na To Drawing Podcast. And sakto natuloy talaga siya, nakulayan na. Tagal natin nag-usap din nun
nakakatuwa. Parang art fair pa yun, Feb.
Art fair pa. Sabi ko parang,
ang galing. So at least before. Before. Hindi, pero sobrang saya ko din na na-invite mo din ako kasi nga, fan din ako ng work mo. I really enjoy the kind of things that you produce then. So from the podcast to like the conversations that you have to the merch. So, yun din. Ganyan din yung mga gusto ko rin gawin sana one day.
Pwede. Tignan natin. Baka pwede natin i-drawing yan.
Oo nga. Pwede akong mag-offer ng merch para sa'yo.
Diba? Sige.
Oo nga. Actually, hindi ko lang naisip yun. Sige. Nice.
Meron na ako naisip agad. Sige, tignan ko. Pag-isip ko na agad yan. Ayun. So, salamat Sheila sa pag-guest. And for more exclusive updates, feel free to follow Di Na To Drawing Podcast on Facebook, X, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, and meron kaming mga merch sa Shopee. So, check nyo na lang yon and paubos na yung stocks ng iba. And hopefully this year, meron na ulit tayo makakolab na artist. So, tignan natin kung sino. Yun. So, yun. Salamat Sheila sa pag-guest. Kita-kits ulit. Kita-kits sa exhibitions.
Exciting. Thank you so much and then thank you for starting the new year talaga with something like this, like an honest conversation about like creativity and art. Thank you.
Ayun, follow nyo na rin si Sheila. Lalagay ko lahat ng links niya dito sa description box. And yun, dahil dito sa Di Na To Drawing, ang drawing lang ay para sa papel, hindi sa plano. Bye guys! Happy New Year!
Hey.
Salamat! Kita-kits!
Thank you! Nice!